He told me that Janelle was giving him pressure to sell the property out from under Meri.
I was like, hey, listen, we need to sell this because I'm afraid we're losing the buyer. And I'm like, okay, just Janelle's always been kind of my financial advisor.
I'm really struggling to find the sort of motive behind the storylines on Sister Wives at the moment. The fact that they're trying to say that Janelle is reborn and is had a waiting to exhale moment. Okay, if that's what she wants to do, I guess it makes a difference because Maddie's got a new baby. So for the cameras to be away from the house and Janelle to go away with her friends will give Maddie a break. That's the impression that I get. Here for Meri. Meri's friends are always going to be honest with her. 100. They're going to keep it 100. They're never going to lie to her, and they're always going to make sure that her eyes are open where they need to be open. And then Kody and Robyn, for them to be playing the victim, I don't get it. The standoff at Coyote Pass, the fact that Robyn couldn't even say hello to Meri, the person she brought the gift to, and was crying that she's leaving her, and suddenly she's not willing to even greet Meri. I have a feeling it's about the NDA because Meri refused to sign the NDA, so Robyn was not going to acknowledge her presence or even say anything to her. I love that Meri stood back and allowed them to be and just minded her own business. Good for her and Janelle. I feel like the storyline and the fact that they keep hammering on the fact that Janelle tried to make a backdoor deal with sort of Kody is a way for them to try and sort of put a divide between Meri and Janelle because Kody doesn't like the idea that the sister wives get along very well after they've left him. Anyway, hey there, thanks for stopping by. It's your girl Valerie. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, click the like button, turn on the notification bell for when I upload new videos, and definitely leave a comment. In this episode, I'll be reviewing Sister Wives Season 20, Episode 9. So the episode starts with Coyote Pass. You have Kody and Robyn in their car. You have Meri and Janelle in their cars because they'd gone to their cars because it was cold. It seems like they were waiting for over an hour for Kody and Robyn to rock up when they're good and ready. And it's like, that's very selfish. That really is selfish. So Justin then turns up, the realtor. He then goes to Kody and sort of has a chat with Kody and Robyn, and Meri and Janelle are just standing there and watching. It makes sense that you would approach Kody first because Kody is the one who brought him the deal, but for them to then stand around each other, I feel like production didn't make things better, but also there was a lot of tension there. For Meri to say she was trying to sort of catch Robyn's eye and just say hi, Meri seems to have sort of been, irregardless of her toxicity, one of the people that sort of was the glue that held the family together. And the more distant she became, the more distant the family became, and a lot of sort of mistrust sort of stepped in. Because I remember Janelle at one time saying Meri would always make sure everything was shared equally. So I'm a bit surprised with this Kody and Robyn storyline that, oh, Janelle was trying to sell the property from underneath Meri. She wanted to do a backdoor deal with Kody. And it's like, to some extent, it sort of affirms what I said before when I said I feel like Janelle, because she didn't have a legal marriage with Kody, decided to bring in Meri, who once had a legal marriage with Kody, to sort of strengthen her case to get her share of her assets from Kody Brown. But at the same time, I want to believe that she was genuine in whatever she was saying. So there wasn't even a toast. There was just people standing there awkwardly. Meri was saying I tried to catch Robyn's eye. Robyn was saying every time I looked at Meri, she wasn't looking at me, so I don't know what she's talking about. For Kody to say, Robyn doesn't endorse fakeness, she's not into these girlish dramas. It's like, she is the personification of female drama. Please. Everything has to be about her. The family hate her. The family isolated her. The family did this to her. So the idea that you're saying she doesn't like playing girlish games, if that works out for you, amazing. Kristen and David went for a spa day. I love that David is always there to support his wife and do whatever she wants to do and, encourage that. Christine was saying she knows that Coyote Pass has been sold, but she doesn't know how much it was sold for, and she doesn't know how much everybody made. But she's happy that she got whatever she got after she sold the house, and she doesn't care if she made less. I have a feeling Janelle told her what she got. I have a feeling, because unless their friendship has sort of fractured, I have a feeling Janelle told her what she got. Meri might not have said anything, but definitely Janelle told Christine. So I don't understand why Christine was pretending to be sort of out of the loop. I feel like she doesn't want to be a part of the drama. There's more drama coming up, and she's trying to stay away from that. You had Meri and her friend Amber because they're still sort of renovating her house. I love that Meri. This is the reason I said it before and I'll say it again. Meri, the reason why Kody never ever forgave her was because she wanted to keep the Parawan house in her family, and Kody wanted it to be a part of the Brown estate. That way he could benefit from it. So for Meri to buy that house away from the family after they refused to give her a loan and then keep it in her family, he never forgave her. I remember, I still have visions of him sitting in that lounge on a chair and just saying, Meri bought this house for herself. And as though, and it's like, you don't want her to be your wife. You don't want her to sort of benefit from the assets of the family, but you're happy for her to bring her money into your family. Make that make sense? And so you had Meri sort of saying to Amber, it was very awkward, sort of having the meetup with Kody and Robyn. It really was awkward. Robyn didn't even greet me. She didn't even acknowledge my presence. If not for Janelle, they didn't acknowledge our presence. Well, Janelle was saying the same thing, that if Meri had not been there, it would have been awkward because the two of them were standing in their corner and Robyn and Kody were standing in another corner. I love that Meri is sort of moving on. Obviously, she wrote the inspirational quotes around her house before the renovations were done. She did that with Amber. And she was just talking about how awkward it really was, sort of meeting up with Kody. Christina David at the spa was talking about monogamy and how being married to David has really sort of changed things for her, in the sense that she was used to being sort of independent, making decisions on her own, doing things on her own. And now she has someone who's with her all the time, and she has to learn to communicate. She has to learn partnership. That means it's just the two of you. There's no group meeting for how do we spend this money? How do we do that? How do we do that? And so it's nice to see that she's growing. She's acknowledging her areas of weakness and the need for further growth. I love that she's not talking about Kody as much, because that's what we always seem to get, her talking about Kody, and at times it becomes boring. Janelle and her friends went to New Orleans. I love that for Janelle. I love that. As I said before, I feel like this was sort of arranged so that Maddie could get a break from the camera crew being around the house while she's still in sort of that delicate stage, that postnatal stage whereby she still just needs to recoup and she needs a break. And so I think the camera crew must have arranged this trip and then for Janelle's friends to come down. I love it. I love that Janelle is starting to sort of build a friendship, is starting to build a partnership with other people that are her own age. And so it was nice to see her friends sort of take her out. They took her out for drinks. They were trying to get her to sort of experience new things. They tried with food first, so they were eating bugs. And then they went on to drinking alcohol. And so it was nice to see that, Janelle is really making the efforts to move on, and she's realizing that there is more to life than Kody Brown, and she's now open to other opportunities that might arise. You had Kody and Robyn having this chat. I personally feel like they're trying to rewrite their story. They know that they've got a negative edit. They've seen all the things that their children have been saying about them. And this is why they are at this space whereby they're having their, we are doing better. We're working hard. We're trying to bridge our family. They're not. They really are not. They're just doing it for the cameras as far as I'm concerned. So Kody was talking to Robyn and saying, he feels like he needs therapy. He needs to get tools to sort of help build bridges with people in his life, his children, his ex-wives. And so this is why he's trying to do this. I feel like they sat down and they sort of came up with a storyline. I feel like they sat down and they came up with a storyline between the two of them, because they were complaining that there's been a lot of misunderstanding, there's been a lot of hurt feelings, and Kody wants relationship with the kids. Robyn was saying, she feels like when Kody is being rejected, she is being rejected as well. And it's like, Madam, how did you become a part of this? How did you become a part of this? Because this is all about Kody Brown. So how did we go from Kody Brown being rejected by his family to suddenly it's Robyn being rejected by Kody's family? Make that make sense? Christine was complaining bitterly that she doesn't like the idea that she is being blamed for Kody not having relationships with his children. And Robyn is saying, well, the mother is always there, and whatever she says, the children catch up. These are not young children. They watch TV. They don't even need to sit down and listen to Christine. They just need to watch episodes of Sister Wives, and they'll see and hear the things that their father did and said, and that should be enough to sort of put them off. So I don't get what the two of them were talking about. Kody said he's reached out to his children multiple times. Well, the children themselves are adults. They can see that. And if they want to build relationships with him, they can. Janelle's friends in the hotel room sort of talking to Janelle about dating. I love how they did it. It was totally different to how sort of Christine did it, in the sense that her friends were trying to sort of poke and nudge gently, and eventually they were able to get what Janelle wants in a relationship. I think Janelle has finally got to acceptance. I think the selling of Coyote Pass was able to help her get to acceptance, to realize that this relationship is done and she doesn't need it and she's ready to move on. So I love that for her, and I can't wait to see what happens next. Anyway, it was a great episode. Thanks, guys, for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Click on the link in my video to watch my review from episode 8. Bye, everyone.